What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. I'm making my way through this Ancient Power reset, and I'm on floor number 64, the Lost Temple. Let's hop right in and check it out. First off, we got High Rollers over there with Vampiric and Soft Spot. We got Omega Squad Epsilon with Bullet Sponge. We got Omega Squad Gamma with Brittle and Armored. And then EMP Kamikazes with Power Block. Over here, we got some EMP Stabby Zappers with Maximum Effort. And then Omega Squad Beta with Spellbreaker, Omega Squad Theta with Controlled Burn. Over on this flyer lane, we've got some EMP Dargans with Wall Leech. Up top, we've got EMP Kamigard Dargans with Proximity. And then Omega Squad Delta down below. And then what is left over here? We got some Headstrong Assassins, but of course. And then Psylava Wompy Womps right here on this lane. So let's go ahead and start right over here and build it out. I haven't made any changes to my deck that I've been using in this reset. So I've got this going on Flame Auras. We've got that for Sky Guards. I've got some Proton Beams going just with this Campaign Relic, just for the poison damage. And then we've got Reflect Beams with Automation for the Cyborgs. I'm bringing along this Poison Weapon Man, just in case I want to get a blanket poison coverage anywhere. We do have Poison Dart Tower set up with Campaign Tier. And then some Earth Shatters. But you know what I think I'm going to do? Because we do have... Let's swap those. Let's take that relic, put it there. Actually, I don't even think we're going to use Earth Shatters at all here on this one. So we'll just leave that one unequipped. And we'll go with something with a little bit more power. So having some defense power available on this is going to make it way better than that Campaign Relic. And I'm going to be using the Poison Dart Towers on that High Roller lane, as it's really my only decently geared projectile defense at all. So let's see. Let's go ahead and go with... How do we want to do it here? Let's put a Poison Dart Tower right back here. Just pointed down the lane. Let's go with... let's just get them up here everywhere we can, actually. We can throw another one below it. Right there on the ledge. That one's going to be a little bit sketchy when they first come out. And then let's get one more right there. Now these PDTs could quite potentially get blown up. There's no doubt about that. So I'm going to want to keep an eye on those. And then let's give it just a Proton Beam for the slow and the freeze. Just to CC those Siege Rollers up just a little bit. Now here we've got a bunch of Frost Mobs. We don't have any Cyborgs, which makes life way, way easier right here. So let's do some heavy-duty spawn camping here with Flame Auras. Let's get right up in there. Is that really true? Frost Mobs with no Cyborgs. It seems like something is off on that one. We'll get a third Flame Aura right here, and that is just going to be a lot burning out those flyer lanes. And then we do have a double lane here as well, too. So how do we want to handle that? Well, we can get... Or you know what? Let's use that Poison Weapon Manufacturer here, actually. Let's get one Poison Weapon Manufacturer node just to get everything good and soaked with poison damage. And then let's just get some Petrify going and get everything parked right inside of those 3 Flame Auras. Now coming over here, we're going to be fighting this lane a little bit. We do have the Controlled Burn, which we can easily deal with, but then we've got Spellbreaker, and I've got no physical defenses set up at all. We've got Maximum Effort up top there on the flyers. And I think, what are we going to do here? Well, let's get a little bit of help as a spawn camp up top here. So we'll throw one Flame Aura right up here at the spawn of the flyers to help soften them up just a touch. And then we'll just go with, say, a Sky Guard. I think one Sky Guard will probably get it. It's going to be EMPs. The Zappers are going to be really slow moving. And then some Assassins. Let's just go ahead and go with one more just to be safe. And then we got another double lane, but we are going to be fighting that Spellbreaker Mutator. We got double Cyborgs out the what, so let's just go with cyborg protection right across the front. So let's go with one big old reflect beam all the way across. Let's see, let's get a poison proton beam all the way across as well. We'll go with another reflect beam directly behind that, just to get lots of boom boom going on there. And then we should be freed up for a bunch of fire damage. Not that we have any reason to use fire damage on these lanes, other than it's just good AoE coverage. Well, let's go with 2 flame auras. Let's get a third in. I'm debating here if I want to do something else, like maybe a poison dart tower down here as well. Just to guarantee that I'm going to have a lot of really good poison coverage. Let's go ahead and do it. We've got the double lane, so tons of DU for that lane. And then over here we've got EMP Dargans. So we're going to have the regular Wyverns, and we're going to have some Kobolds. What do we want to do with those two? Well, we can start softening them up, just like on the other lane with a Flame Aura here at the spawn. And then I think we'll go with one Skyguard Tower here. And then we're going to have another Flyer Lane coming over. So let's go with another Skyguard here. And both of those will kind of get double coverage on those 2 lanes. Now down below here we've got Omega Squad Delta. We do have Cyborgs in, so that gives us our incentive to get that reflect beam up front. Let's go ahead and go with, how do we want to do this one? Tell you what, let's go with the 1 amp Titan flavor right here, and we'll do the double T-shaped reflect beams here. Something like that. We'll get a little proton action in to get that poison applied. And what else? We got no assassins on that one, so I don't really have to worry about the wide angles or anything. Let's just go ahead and throw a couple of flame auras down. And I think that one should be a good game on it. Now, here we've got a headstrong lane. Stabby Zappers. Now, the Zappers, the assassins, of course, are going to come right to us. The Zappers are going to move really slow. So I think a couple of Skyguard Towers here will more than clean those out. Let's go one down below. We'll put another one right here. And then we got a Psy Whomper lane is all that's left. Enraged and Abominable. We do have Cyborgs in there. And we've got some Lava Guardians as well. Let's go with that T-shaped reflect beam here. Putting it back a little and not right at the spawn, as the enemies do come to a kind of a natural choke point right here. Now this lane is one of the ones that are suspect, where enemies will come out of this closed door and down this lane. So I will want to keep an eye on that, as that always brings a level of sketchiness. Let's see, let's just get one proton as wide as we can. And I think this lane might be pretty darn good. What else could we add? Well, we can get some flame auras in just for the big AoE damage. Wow, that leaves me a ton of DU left. Let's see, we'll go one more flame aura in just for good measure in the back. And I think that should handle that lane, really. I got lots of DU left, but I think I will just kind of hold out and use the DU on upcoming waves. Is there anything else we want to do here? I mean, I can always get more reflect beams in here. These enemies are going to be CC'd right at the spawn, so it's going to be quite a build-up here. Let's grab one more reflect beam. We'll kind of put it behind that other one, just to give another little area of boomage. And wow, we've got just tons and tons of DU left. Let's just see how it runs, and see if we need to spend a little bit more. Now remember, you got a siege roller lane, so you're going to have to be cautious as to where you stand, as the roller rockets will be spraying. I usually try to pick a good spot and then just kind of chillax it out in hiding, so to speak, behind that area. That way the roller rockets can fly into a wall or whatever. I can keep an eye on the mini-map and hopefully not have any issues with those rollers altogether. You see the PDTs are making pretty light work of them. Pretty much any defense placed properly behind them is just going to wreck it. You know, tower-type defenses, of course, being the best. Depending on where the roller lanes come, they're usually kind of trivial to deal with, to be honest with you. It's just a matter of what type of lane they fall in and how irritating they're going to be. We got one enemy that looks like it's stuck over here. Oh, here comes our headstrong assassins. We're just going to have to hope we're able to blow them up, yeah. Alright, and then all we have left is the rollers and that one stuck mob. So, let's go ahead and head on over and dispatch these rollers the rest of the way. Looking good. And then what's stuck? We got a Lava Guardian appear stuck in the spawn right over here. And it timed out, so no problems there. Alright, so we saw that the rollers were actually pushing through towards the end when they were all backed up. So let's go ahead and prioritize that, getting upgrades on this roller lane here. Get these PDTs hitting a little bit harder. We'll throw 2 upgrades on each. We got tons of DU, remember, as well. Now, where is our brand new lane? I missed the exclamation point. It looks like we got a freebie here. It's going to be just Timmy, which is without a doubt the easiest lane in all of Onslaught mode. No question. So, this we can deal with really quite easily. In fact, let's just go a reflect beam down the lane. We'll throw a proton beam. Actually, let's go across the lane on a proton. We'll throw 1 proton across the lane. And then just drop a couple of flame arrows. And I think that will more than handle Timmy. And we're still just tons and tons and tons of DU left here. I think I'm going to throw 1 more upgrade on each of these PDTs. And then start working on these other lanes. So here we got the big flame arrow spawn camp. Let's just hit every damaging defense on this lane with 1 upgrade. Let's go over to our double lane over here and do the same thing. So every damaging defense, except the PDTs. I don't think I'm going to upgrade those. Let's get all of this stuff all jacked up, though. What about over here? Well, I mean, we can hit that flame arrow that's up in the spawn. That's never going to hurt. And let's just do this. Let's just make sure that our flyer lanes appear to be covered. We have enough mana left for any more ups. I can get 1 more upgrade in somewhere. We'll throw it on just 1 of the reflect beams there. And let's let it fly and see what we get. Okay, over here we're going to get another boss on this lane now. And we got, looks like a Geohex Zerker Thrower lane opened up on the far side. So lots of Zerkers on this one, 8 Zerkers. Everything else should be pretty trivial to deal with, but there is going to be a nice supply of Zerkage, no doubt there. Let's go ahead and go... What have we got? We got no cyborgs to deal with, but those Zerkers, like when you get a lane that's heavy Zerkers, sometimes they will bump into each other and push each other off to the side. So I do want to make sure that I'm getting pretty good area of poison coverage here, just to ensure that they're going to get petrified. And then, you know what, let's just do this. This will allow us to spend some of that extra DU. We can load it up here. That way we just don't have to worry too much about the Zerks. Or you know what, let's get rid of that altogether. I keep forgetting I've got that weapon manufacturer set up. And how do we want to do it? We can use the weapon manufacturer as our poison coverage. Oh yeah, that's going to soak them, no doubt. And then that will give us, we can go another row of reflects. Let's go 1 more. I'd rather overkill it than underkill it, y'all. That's for dang sure. And I think that should be properly overkilled. Let's get some flame arrows in for a little bit more damage. We'll throw another flame arrow up front. And I think this one could end up being quite trivial. Still a ton of DU left. I just can't spend it all here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and upgrade the Flamars and the Reflex here. Do the same thing over here. We'll hit all of the damaging defenses. I think we're good on that roller lane. I'm not even going to bother with it. We do have another boss coming out over there, though. I want to keep an eye on it. This lane I haven't paid much attention to, but by looking at the piles of mana, it appears to be holding up pretty strong. So let's just throw some upgrades around there. The Timmy lane, of course, is the freebie, but we'll upgrade it anyway, just to be safe. And then that leaves us 400. I guess with the 400, we could dump it into the water lane. Why not? Since we're using that area to get the Headstrong Assassins off of us, I think that will be a ideal place to get it jacked up. Let's just throw it right into those Reflect Beams, and we'll let it fly here. So in Wave 4, we had an Omega Squad Alpha lane open up down here. It adds Long Shot, but it didn't add any Cyborgs to it. So I think for this lane, I'm just going to go ahead and throw down some Poison Dart Towers just to get a little Long Shot damage in the mix. Now I do want to take the lane a little bit more seriously, though. So I'm going to add some Reflect Beams as well, and we'll just do that. How do we want to do it? We've got a ton of poison, so I'm not worried too much about adding in any more poison element. Let's just go something like that, just to get a little bit more power off in the lane, and let's jump on forward. And here we go in wave number 5. For wave 5, we picked up a front line lane that's phased over here, which that is actually kind of a pretty darn lucky draw, in my opinion. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go with, you know what? Let's use that Weapon Man again. We'll get that Poison Weapon Manufacturer damage. Let's just cram 2 Reflect Beams in here as tight as we can get them. Just to really cover this entire choke point really well. Something like that, and then we'll get some Flamar action as well. And I think we are going to be pretty good. So we do have some mana to spend, so let's just go ahead and blow it all out here. Get everything good and juicy on this new lane, that way we don't have to worry about it, and let's let it fly. It's our Omega Wave, so we don't have any flyers, so any flyer defenses can now be removed, as there's just not going to be any flyers on Omega Waves. So you can go through and pull all the flyer defenses, spend all of your DSTs, or pardon me, all of your extra DU, your DSTs, good lord, I'm thinking wrong game. Spend all of your DU on boss killer defenses. Now, in a normal situation, I would use a Lightning Strike aura for that. However, I don't have any Lightning Strike auras set up. Do I have a relic I could use? I don't even have a relic here that dropped that I could use, unless I see one on the ground here when I'm running around. So that is quite unfortunate, but the Reflect Beams are quite powerful as well, so good stuff there also. But I'm going to have a lot of leftover DU, and I don't have any mana. I spent it all on upgrading already. There's 300. Yeah, we're going to have just an absolute truckload of DU left. Now, what do we have? We got Thorks, we got Nashes, so this lane will be trivial. What do we have here? We got Hex Throwers and the Shieldies. This lane maybe could use something that gives it a little bit more punch. But what do we want to do? I think we'll just throw another line of Reflect Beams in directly behind here. Let's go down the lane with them there. You know, I can, just as protection, just in case one of those Hex Throwers do make it through, I can completely protect this core right here with a Reflect Beam from them. Now, what do we have here? That lane, we got a roller in the middle of the Just Timmy lane, so I'm going to have to manual kill it. We can do the same thing here, actually. Just in case one of those sniper warbleeds make it through, we can give a little bit of core protection there. And then what do we want to do up top? Well, let's just throw some poison dart towers in, I believe, just to get a little bit more upfront damage here. This poison dart tower will probably get destroyed by that roller down below. Now, I believe the main objective here is going to be just dealing with these berserkers. I think these Zerks here have the potential to push through probably more than anything else. Get some heals going on. The Zerks are coming, there's no doubt there. We got one mob pushing through here. That was a little too close for comfort. And now I just let the Zerks go free, basically. We got 7 mobs left. We've got one pushing to the core right over here. We can get that one, and it looks like it's GG. So, a little sketch there, not having any boss killers or lightning strike auras on the lane certainly hurts. And now we've just got to deal with the roller madness here. Rollers and petrify, of course, do not mix really well. So we're just going to have to manually burn these guys out. Should be able to kind of self-heal through it all with our ancient power points into that life leech. I think we can get behind them here now. And there we go. So not very pretty at the end. Got super sketch. But we're able to get the job done here on floor number 64 in the Lost Temple. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to click that like button and please subscribe. And I will be back soon with some more Dungeon Defenders in all of its various flavors. Thanks again, y'all. I'll see ya next time around. Take it easy.